Changes could be on the way for pet owners in Chatham County. County Commission considering repealing and replacing the current Animal Services ordinance. WSAV's Brian Ray live in the newsroom for us with some of the proposed policies and how you can weigh in.
Well, Ben, the director of Animal Services tells me parts of the current ordinance are now outdated. He says the new one aims to improve the well-being of cats and dogs while better defining the department's role in enforcing the policies.
There was somewhat of a disconnect between what we can do by law and what people might want us to do. And that's where some of the detail helps in the ordinance to kind of help with that.
Since May, Chatham County Animal Services has been asking for the public's input on what should and shouldn't be included in the animal ordinance. Among the proposed changes to the ordinance, a requirement for owners who keep their dogs outside to have 100 square feet of enclosed space for them. Also, restrictions on invisible fences would be lifted, and it would prohibit leaving dogs in cars when it's 79 degrees or hotter outside, even if the car is running with AC, something Dr. Harper says they get daily calls about, especially in spring and summer.
It's amazing that people just don't realize that they shouldn't be keeping their dogs in the car. It's a tragedy waiting to happen. In those cases, we typically try to find the owner and warn, hey, let's be aware of this, because you never know when the system may fail and you have a problem.
Animal Services officers can issue citations to anyone found violating the policies. Under the ordinance, you can face a fine anywhere between $100 to $1,000 depending on each count and the violation. Harper hopes the updated rules will make it easier to enforce across the entire county.
We have very rural areas and we have a city. So trying to match those two things with what's acceptable in the rural areas and what's acceptable in the city is a little difficult. And trying to, the biggest part of that is trying to have just an all-encompassing basic ordinance for the whole county that everybody can follow and understand.
The first reading of the proposed ordinance was on the agenda for this morning's commission meeting. The second reading is scheduled to happen at the October meeting. That's when the public can attend and share feedback before it's voted on. Then it would go into effect on the first day of the next month. In the newsroom, Brian Ray, WSAV News 3 on your side.